Hello friends! Today we're going back to January 21st, 2025. It was nighttime and I was in my bed with my phone and I watched a YouTube video by a sweet girl, Macari Esper, hope I pronounced her name correctly, who I didn't know before, but shout out to her and go subscribe to her channel. That was a video in which her and her father did a phone detox challenge made available by a newsletter of The Guardian. And I signed up for myself without even thinking about it straight away and without even thinking about the reason why I did wanted to do it in that moment. I reflected on that and today I want to share this journey with you.
Well. Alright. Today we're having a little bit of a chat about my phone detox journey. After watching the Macari's video, I immediately signed up. The following day, I received an email by The Guardian saying that I would receive an email every Monday for, I think, 5 weeks. When I signed up, it was a Wednesday, so the newsletter tells you to invite other people and to buy an analog alarm, the one that you saw at the beginning of this video. And I invited my boyfriend into the challenge, and of course he did it with me. Now that I'm talking, it's been a month that we finished the challenge, so I am relying on my memories of the challenge. I don't want to spoil you anything. I don't want to take away from you any fun and any activities about the challenge if you want to do it after watching this video. I'm just sharing what remained my core of that experience and what are my opinions about it and the things that I'm currently doing right now. Let's have this beautiful chat together. So in those few days before the beginning of the challenge, I had the time to reflect on why Macari's video inspired me to do the challenge. And it was not only because I liked her video, but also because I noticed that I was just getting out of a depressive episode. I think one of the most difficult periods in my life by now, as I told you in a previous video. And during that time, I was using my phone so much. So the first thing I did, it was to see which app I was using the most. And it was not even a social media, but it was a chat app, WhatsApp, that we here in Italy use so much to chat with people. And because me and my boyfriend are doing long distance right now, we use the app so much even to video call each other. Then there was YouTube, but I don't think that YouTube, for me at least, is a toxic place, because basically I watch cooking videos and some of my favorite YouTubers, but not something toxic, nothing special, and I'm not very disappointed in that. And as a whole, I don't think my algorithm on YouTube is toxic. I was also using my phone to watch TV and movies, so I was not even enjoying the whole experience, and that was because I was freaking lazy and sad. And then there was Instagram, my only social media platform I have on my phone. So I thought, okay, I'm not addicted to social media, but just to my phone, because I am feeling lazy to pick up the laptop or turn on the TV to watch something or doing something else than using my phone. I already didn't have the Instagram app on my home screen, but at least once a day I was searching for the app and staying for less than an hour or a little bit more than an hour. So I don't think I am too bad with social media and the phone usage. But I think there was a period where I was a little bit addicted, and that's why I deleted the app from my home screen. But now I was ready to do a step further. Therefore, I got to the conclusion that I wanted to sign up for the challenge straight away because I had an inner desire to finally get out of my sad period, which was getting worse regardless of the apps I was using. There she is, my gorgeous analog alarm. She is cheap, easy, beautiful. I love her. So I forgot to say that challenge is called Reclaim Your Brain from The Guardian. I will put the link in the description and everything you need to know. The first thing they ask you, I think, is to set goals. My first goal was, can you guess it? Reading. Those big boys right here, they must be read. I have lots of books that I didn't read yet in my house, and maybe I will share with you about them in a future video. The second one was painting more, my little work of art. So it is an activity that just calms me down. I don't think I'm good at it or anything. I'm not an artist, but it's just therapy to me. I at first wrote down so many activities, but I think you have to stay realistic with your schedule and your time, and especially with your free time when you can unintentionally scroll. So the Reclaim Your Brain challenge suggests you to do this calculation. It is not difficult, just follow me. Your week's average screen time for 365 days we have in a year divided by 24 hours we have in a day equals the total days spent on your phone. My starting point was bad, at least for me, and it was 6 hours and 32 minutes. So my total days spent on my iPhone could have been, if I was not taking action on this problem, 107 days. You guys, I almost started crying, and that was the first big realization, and that was the moment I thought, okay, I am that serious about this challenge because I don't want to spend all these days on my iPhone. So the second big realization that I will take with me forever after this challenge, because I think it can also apply to anything in your life, is that you don't understand anything deeply until it is through at your face at one point, or you deny yourself of that thing, of that feeling, of that person, of that situation, or that app, or that phone. And when you come back to it, then you truly understand if that thing was making you happy, was making you positive or negative. And that is the moment where you decide whether or not you delete that thing from your life, or you can keep it because you understood that it was a good thing for you. So this calculation put me on such a perspective on how I was living my life and how I want my life to go and how I want to live my life. And that was not the way. Once I realized all that, and once I made all these calculations, all this math, all this semantic as well, I was ready to take on the challenge with my boyfriend. I was ready to set my beautiful alarm o'clock, I went to bed and I started the challenge. So I just wanted to take a little break to talk about the book I was reading during that time, and it is The Engagement of Mr. Hire. I think it is called in English. I have to check. I just translated it from the Italian, but maybe the title is different. I will put you here somewhere. This is the Italian cover, by the way. Wonderful painting. When I want to read a thriller or something like that, a mystery, I most of the time choose a Simenon because it is not a beachy thriller, something you can read in the summer on the beach. It's a literary thriller, and I love that. I love how he writes. I love how he, in a short book, in few pages, he creates a whole mystery, a whole thriller, and you disappear into his words completely. So because I'm doing a little bit of a different video this time, I wanted to make sure to suggest you this reading. I really love it, so why not suggest you some good book, as I usually do on this channel. So back to the challenge. At some point, Reclaim Your Brain challenge asks you to answer some questions, such as, what do you notice about the habits you have with the phone? What are the feelings you are feeling when you use the phone and after you use it? What is the mindset and what is the behavior you have when you feel like picking up your phone? So reflection is key because you have to understand your relationship with your phone to fix it if it needs it. And you have to check in with yourself, especially on how you feel while you consuming that content, that app, that toxic thing you saw on the internet. So for me, I was basically feeding myself with bad energy and negativity, no matter which app I was using, no matter what I was seeing every day, other people's lives, literally everything that could not even be so toxic influences you in a bad way. At least this was my experience, and I was too much often in a bad mood, low or negative. I thought about that, I admitted that, I reflected, and that's, I think, the most important part of the challenge for me. So week 2 hits, and at that time I was 2 hours and 58 minutes weekly average screen time. So I was 54, I think, percent less than the first week of screen time, and so 46 total days spent in whole year if I maintained this weekly average for the whole 2025. So I was pretty happy because my intention for 2025 in general was to be under the 3 hours weekly average. So I checked that in a way, and I want to maintain that. But it is difficult. Sometimes I do 5 hours, but I don't do any more 6 hours. I was really happy of that week because I spent more time with the people I love. I read more. I didn't paint at all. To that point, I didn't delete anything, I think, on my phone, and I was trying to use more the laptop or the TV to watch movies and TV shows. My hair is wild today. The deleting part comes, I think, in week 3, and I decided to delete Instagram because, as I said, it is my only social media, and I just deleted the app. I have an account. To these days, sometimes I check in with the laptop, but the laptop doesn't give me that addiction that the phone gives me. So I think it's a better way to use Instagram for me. So I deleted the app, and in this first week, I searched for the app, forgetting that I deleted it like once a day. That was my habit, searching for the app once a day. For sure, it is a place of addiction, but better than I thought at the beginning of the challenge. It took me a whole week not be so interested in searching for the app. So it takes just 1 week to forget about it and not feeling even the need to open the app. I even recognized the moments where I was searching for the app, and they were moments of sadness, laziness, and just boring times and moments of the day. And I was trying to filling them with social media instead of doing something that is good and healthy and creative. Then it was time for notifications. I pretty much turned off all my notifications. I limited work stuff, turned off completely when it was wind down time. I also, as rude as it may sound, turned off some people text messages, notifications, because I don't want to listen or talk with my friends or people every time of the day. And I'm sure they don't want to hear from me anytime. So I turn them off and I go check in with my friends and family when I am in the mood and I have the energy to show my best version to them. It's right for me and it's right for them. Oh, I have to check this thing and that thing, and I will not remember. Trust me, if you have to check a thing and it is really important to you, you will check that thing. You don't need a notification that will bother your productivity and creativity flow or just rest time. However, this third week went a little bit worse because I was doing long distance with my boyfriend, and we do, as I said before, FaceTiming, etc. So a weekly average of 4 hours and 10 minutes, so 40% more than the previous week, and 61, I think, in total days spent on my phone. What are my thoughts and conclusion about the challenge? I suggest you to do that. I don't have any cons, I just have pros. The main thing that I noticed was the one I was telling you at the beginning of the video, that is, you don't truly understand what you are experiencing, because basically we are overstimulated. And if you also think that you are truly living the moment, I suggest to do the challenge anyway, because at the end of the day I discovered new sides of myself, new hobbies, new activities. If you don't deny yourself of something that you are doubting, you are preventing yourself to truly understand if that thing is causing you good or harm when you put it back into your life. I did that with Instagram, of course, and I think it was causing me harm. So it is the end of March now. I don't have the app right now on my phone, and I just go from time to time from my laptop for less than 1 minute, and I feel extremely well and great. So what happened was that the toxic emotion was immediately through at my face, faster than I was even able to recognize it when I was using the app on a daily basis. So I thought it is not worth it to use it on a daily basis. Not completely remove that from our lives, because we live in 2025. If you want to, you can do it for sure, but I am happier to be in the social media content for less than 1 minute, one time in 2 weeks. I'm happy with that. It requires more effort to do all the other activities that I told you, because It is stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit, and it is challenging because you rather be in your bed with your phone and be lazy.
Next, you're asked to have a whole day without your phone, and I didn't do that, but I want to do it even though I finished the challenge and see if it is something sustainable to do also in the future, like a habit each month. So other activities you'll be asked to do are having an attention workout, that is exercising your attention span, which is very difficult these days to be concentrated on just one thing without any sound, voice, content in the background of our day-to-day life. Meditating, reading, and doing one thing at a time are some activities you can do to exercise your ability to stay focused and present. I told myself when in the bathroom, no phone, and I did that sometimes, but I can be better, and no phone at night in bed and in the morning as soon as I wake up. But this problem was fixed already in the first week by waking up with the analog alarm clock, so I pick my phone up only later in the morning now. I was not very good in doing one thing at a time because of my mind, it just spirals, but I really want to bring this habit into my life because I think it would be so good for my mental health and happiness and peace. First week I had a weekly average of 3 hours and 32 minutes, so 15% less than the previous week, and 50 days total per year spent on my phone. Week 5 was 4 hours and 49 minutes, so 37% more than the previous week, and 76 days in total. So you can see that it is a roller coaster and it comes in waves, and we can control some of it, but the things we can control are the ones that truly can make our lives easier, better, and healthier and happier. A little update on my boyfriend. He agrees on those things and made through the challenge with me, has a better relationship with the phone, and he was a lot more addicted than me. And one of the things we talked about is that whether or not you take the challenge, if your goal is decreasing your phone usage, you must have the good old self-discipline, and you must give a fuck about what other people may think or tell you about this right choice you are making for yourself, because it is. I also had an idea that is seeing at the end of 2025 how many days I actually did spend on my phone. I'm keeping on tracking my weekly average screen time. To wrap this up, I do use the phone less. I'm in a better spot than before with my energy and mood, and also many people around me told me that I am more bright in my face, and I myself am feeling a lot better. Less negative thoughts, less mental spiral, and less negative self-talk. So that was also a good improvement for me. And I struggle a lot with overthinking, and I assure you that you are not missing on anything if you delete your social media. You are just gaining your life back, your time, your positive mindset and attitude, and you're socializing more and getting more stuff done. And I'm not saying you should delete the media consumption forever, but in the greater picture, you're doing yourself a big, healthy favor. So I guess I'll see you in the next one. Love ya. Bye.